Hello, Afshan. So, I've got your essay writing here. Really well done for submitting it. You're making great steps to improving your English, and especially for providing something for feedback is really the best way to improve. So well done. Good. So your question was, in developing countries, there is an increasing movement of workers from rural areas to the cities. Why do you think this happens? What problems can this cause? Okay, and your answer on the screen there. So, it has been suggested that working inhabitants of rural regions have been shifting to the urban sectors, especially in the developing nations. In my opinion, the possible reason for this is significant increase in job opportunities in the cities. Moreover, it can lead to overcrowding of towns and cities. Okay, so let's look at this a little more closely. This is a good introduction, so well done. It has been suggested, nice use of a passive phrase there. It has been suggested that working inhabitants of rural regions have been shifting, good use of vocabulary, to the urban sectors, especially in the developing nations. Here, instead of sectors, I would say areas, urban areas, especially in developing nations instead of the developing nations. In my opinion, the possible reason for this is a significant increase in job opportunities in cities instead of in the cities, in cities. Moreover, it can lead to overcrowding of towns and cities. Okay. Here, with it, I would be careful. So it can lead to overcrowding of towns and cities. We could say relocating can lead to overcrowding of towns and cities. Okay. As well as this, in your introduction, it's normally best to just give a brief outline of what you will do in the essay. So saying something along the lines of, I will discuss this in this essay, giving relevant examples and arguments, for example. Okay, so just to give it an introductory feel, so that the reader is being welcomed in a way into the essay by knowing what you're going to do next. Okay, so let's move on to the first paragraph. Ever since the Industrial Revolution, now ever since is two words. Ever since the Industrial Revolution, the employment sector in urban areas has shown, two words there, an unprecedented increase in developing countries, comma, such as India, capital I. Okay, well done. In other words, in a bid, two words, to ensure satisfactory life, to earn more money and to fulfill the demands of their families, many thousands of workers are moving inside the cities rather than staying on the outskirts. Okay, so in other words, in a bid to ensure a good life, perhaps, or a good quality of life, to earn more money and to fulfill the demands of their families, many thousands of workers are moving into cities rather than staying on the outskirts. Okay, so moving into cities rather than staying on the outskirts. Good, okay. For example, in a recent survey in The Guardian. Okay, well done. So Guardian, capital G, and it's Guardian, Guardian. It has been mentioned that there has been 30% increase in job opportunities in Chandigarh, Mumbai and Delhi, which has resulted in 50% increase in population in these metropolitan cities. Okay, so in a recent survey in The Guardian, it is mentioned that there has been a 30% increase in job opportunities, which has resulted in a 50% increase in population in these metropolitan cities. Okay, thus, good, from the above incitements, comma, it has been proved that thousands of workers are moving to cities to reap high benefits of employment sector. Okay, now, this structure here, it has been proved. We want to be careful not to use this too often. because it begins to lose, to lose its power if we use it too much. Okay, and we've used it quite a lot in the previous part. So thus, from the above incitement, or from the above example, it has proved that it is shown that thousands of workers are moving to cities to reap high benefits of, the high benefits of the employment sector. Okay, great use of reap benefits there. It's great use of vocabulary. Okay, let's go on to the next part then. This shift will consequently make cities more populated, which will have here future consequences, or will have many consequences in the future. Okay. Firstly, if more and more people start living in cities, it will, with 2 L's, lead to overexploitation of resources such as food, water, and living space. Okay, so here it will lead to the overexploitation, so over-exploitation of resources such as food, water, and living space. Good. This, capital T, this will ultimately create an imbalance in the natural environment. Okay, well done. Secondly, it will create more pollution and make cities a suffocating, ing, place to live. However, I think suffocating here is too much like imagery. So we would need to say a more unhealthy place to live, or perhaps a more polluted place to live. Okay, but be careful because we've already got pollution, so perhaps unhealthy would be the best one. This is to say, since working citizens have to commute on a routine basis, so on a routine, no ly basis, if their number will increase in towns, it will lead to more vehicles on the roads, creating noise as well as air pollution. Okay, this is to say, since working citizens have to commute on a routine basis, if the numbers increase in towns, it will lead to more vehicles on the roads, creating noise as well as air pollution. Okay, well done. Good. Okay, so what I would do at the end of this sentence is to, the end of this paragraph is to include a sentence really which summarizes in a way. So whenever we have a paragraph, we want to show why it is necessary or appropriate for the question. So just like you did before, so thus from the above quote or the above example, it would be good to do that here as well, by using a phrase starting with "this shows," for example. Okay, so to conclude, frequency of working officials is increasing in cities. Okay, so the number of workers is increasing in cities because this sector is providing more job facilities in them. Okay, so because there are more job opportunities. However, it will lead to an exponential increase in population, resulting in exploitation of more resources and increased pollution levels. Okay, so just like with this paragraph as well, it is best here to perhaps finish with, you could use your own opinion here. So to say why this could be a problem in the future, for example, just to round off this essay. Okay, really good work here. You're using some great structures and some high-level grammar, especially with your passive phrases, use of the present perfect as well, which is great. Some nice vocabulary like to reap high benefits. What I would say is there is a little bit of a pattern of having problems with the definite and indefinite articles. Okay, so the or a. So, for example, an exponential increase, the frequency or the number of working officials. Okay, so this is definitely an area to pick up on from here. But overall, a very good piece of writing that is well structured, so you should be very proud. Very well done.